this company in 2010, and then it started going on, and I think it's your turn now.
Okay. So
I'm so pretty nervous.
that's okay. Like I get nervous too when going live. It's pretty much okay.
Right.
So I just wanted to ask you that what's your journey? How you started? Tell me more about that. Like what was the idea?
So yeah. So basically, I started with a friend's wedding. So
Okay.
it was a love marriage, and he
Okay.
approached me. He said, "Hari Krishnan, you have to help me with my wedding to book a farm, to book a caterer, and to book a decor guy."
Okay.
And that was the point when it got clicked, that why should I do this business? Because
Okay.
a guy, he was working with me as he was working for me as a floral designer at that time. I'm talking about 2010.
Okay.
So when I got him the when I got this work done from him, he met me after the wedding, and he
Okay.
offered me a packet of 25,000. I'm talking about way back in 2010.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
was a kind of commission, or probably I'll say a kickback, which was
Oh.
offered me surprisingly without, because I wasn't aware of the industry, how it works and all. So he came with he came up with the money and all. He said, "I'm going to give you because you have offered me this wedding, and this is the kickback I want to give you." So
Okay.
definitely, I didn't took that money because it was my best friend's wedding.
Okay.
But eventually, then I thought, why not to get into this industry? Let's check it out, because I was helping my dad with in his business,
Okay.
and being, he's an importer. He travels a lot. He takes me all around the world. So I
Yeah.
thought, why not to take ideas from different part of the country, and let's get you know into this field of designing in weddings.
Okay.
So that's how my journey got started. And from 2010 to 2012, I was mostly on a freelancing zone. I
Okay.
never had a company name. I was working on my name only, Hair Christian Events, just like,
Okay.
to
Okay.
get work from the market and to have a
Yeah.
learning experience from the market.
Yeah.
Then, somewhere mid in 2012, I was very firm that I need to launch my own company. That's called Elements.
Okay.
So that's how my Elements journey started in 2012, and it's been 8 years down the line now. I've been working back to back with all the wedding designers all across the world, everywhere.
Oh, that's really nice. And what services do you offer? We offer catering, we offer photography, we offer different kinds of services. It's like a wedding planning business for us, but are you like an event designer or do you plan the whole wedding? How does it work for you?
So my major practice goes into event designing.
Okay.
Like I design in terms of designing the crockery, designing the layout for the caterers. Then we
Okay.
do the placements, the land placement for the entertainment, for the stages, for many other things, which is related to the function, the
Okay.
main event happening there. But we don't do a complete wedding planning, because
Okay.
we get so much of business from the other event planner all across the other cities and states.
Yeah.
So we prefer to be in more of a designing state, more of a
Okay.
designing mode rather than
Okay.
going in a complete event planning. Our
Okay.
major forte is it's all about doing flowers, designing
Okay.
fabrics,
Okay.
how the function is going to look like, how the syncing needs to be done with the fooding, with the entertainment, with the kind of artists we are planning. So that's all we do.
Okay.
We
That's
suggest the client.
okay. You suggest. So, what's the first thing that you do after meeting a client? Like, how do you get your designs approved? Because I will like for us, it's very costly to get a new design for a client, and usually client doesn't
Right,
pay. So what we have to do is we have to sell the same design to multiple clients in the same year, like
right.
let's say 2-3 months, to get the costing of it out. So how does it work for you in India?
So Hamza, that happens everywhere. I'll be honest
Everywhere?
with you.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens. It happens everywhere. I've been doing wedding in Sri Lanka, Thailand, everywhere.
Okay.
So because when it's all about, I would say that a destination wedding, then
Yeah.
the client majorly focus on spending on alcohol and in rooming and other activities rather than
Okay.
spending on the decor.
Okay.
But when I talk about the decor happening in India within the city, or probably in NCRs or nearby the main capital areas, then client want to spend more in that term. So
Okay.
talking about new designs, we keep on traveling. We take different pictures for different architecture, different we serve so many like interior designer sites and all, where we can get the furniture idea, we get the sidewall ideas, we get the carpeting ideas, we get the cushion cover ideas.
Okay.
So if I just talk about, I'm sitting in a property somewhere in like outskirts of Delhi, that's called Grand Bharat Manesar.
Okay.
So this property is really, really like kind of a palace feel. So
Okay.
when we come here, we always go here and there. We get so many ideas from this property, like
Okay.
how to design this thing. So that's how we work on. Then the Pinterest is there. That's the
Okay. Yeah.
biggest platform of
True.
getting the ideas from there.
True.
So my thing is, whatever you select, whatever you show it to your client, whatever you promise to your client, the delivery, uh, the I would say the designing factor is the most important part. You know,
Okay.
if you don't deliver exact, the perfect thing to the client, he
Yeah.
won't come back to you. So
True.
design is the very important part.
So how do you show your, like, do you show them mood boards or do you show them designing? Because designing, if I'm designing something, it will cost them, it will cost me because I have to hire like designers, like software engineers, AutoCAD, like users. So what is the thing that you do before actually like showing them like this is how it will look like? So what's the first thing that you do?
So the first meeting, when we do with the client, right, we
Yeah.
always show him the past work, what we have done.
Okay.
So anything he likes it from there, he picks up a color combination. I want this color combination, and this is the flower, this is the floral story. These are the other mood board what he's liking. So
Yeah.
we try combining them.
Okay.
So once you try to combine them, you need to have a 3D designer on board that we already have with us, right?
Okay.
Then your layouting needs to be perfect with the
Okay.
client, right?
Okay.
So our first meeting impact is wherever the client says, we take all the notes down, then we go
Okay.
back to our office, we work
Okay.
on that concept,
Okay.
we make the proper module of 2Ds and AutoCAD structure, what you're talking about, the same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we convert that file into 3Ds. So
Okay.
once we have the 3D mood boards, the clients get an exact picture what he's gonna get in his upcoming function, right?
Okay. Okay.
So that's the see again, that's all the teamwork. If I
Yeah.
don't have a 3D designer, I won't be able to convince my clients. Showing
Yeah.
him 4 different pictures won't help me at all.
True.
So I need to be very specific with my designers, with my
Yeah.
2D designers, even with my textile designers, who
Okay.
looks after the cushion fabrics and everything.
Yeah.
That you need to put each and everything in detail so that there's no space where a client can question us.
Okay. And our rule is like we always kind of like under promise and over deliver. So we always kind of like deliver something extra to them, so that if any
Right.
issue arises, we can say, okay, we gave you
You have
extra,
done
like,
extra.
yeah, we've
Yeah,
done
yeah.
extra for you. That is something that we do. I want to ask you about in Pakistan we have like three functions for a wedding. We have
Right.
mainly we do have milad, which is like praying for the marriage. We do have milad. We have mainly we get barat and then walima. So how does wedding functions work there in India? Like how many functions, usually average functions, do
See,
you do for a client?
e- every Indian family has got 3 or 4 functions. First of
Okay.
all, like the normal wedding starts with the mehndi function,
Okay.
again with the colorful, the mood boards and the kind of a decor what we look at.
Yeah.
Then we start. Then second function comes up with the cocktail.
Okay.
That's again with lots of liquor, artists coming up like Subir, probably. I would say
Okay.
about Mecca or any other
Yeah.
artists
Yeah.
like this. They're
Yeah. Yeah.
performing this stage.
Yeah.
Then they have like the expensive alcohol flowing in the party. Like
Yeah.
the best function I have to design is a cocktail. That's my one of the favorite functions. Okay,
Okay.
beating mehendi in the wedding.
Okay.
Then come the next day function is called haldi and chura.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is a tradition in India where they put the haldi and the chura ceremony that happens to the bride and groom on the
Yeah.
next day of the morning before the wedding happens.
Okay.
That's there. And followed by that, then there is a Gurchadi. Gurchadi stands for where the bride, the groom, he will go to the mandir first, or probably any worshipping place nearby that property, and
Okay.
then he will get on the horse again.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
there's a complete band baja, which the complete procession is there till the venue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Then after that, then there's a wedding happening. So
Okay.
that's how we complete 4 or 5 functions in a normal destination or a normal Indian wedding.
Okay. I had a friend, I studied at McGill University, Canada. I had a friend there, and he was
All
Indian,
right.
and he said that we have, like, we book a whole palace and the whole family stays there and for the whole month. And it goes on like for 1 whole month. Like they have like small, like musical nights, Sangeet nights, stuff like that. And it goes for a whole month. I was like, that is pretty much intensive, but
Pretty
I would,
much, yeah.
yeah, but that's pretty amazing how it happens in India. And
So
sorry, you were saying?
that happens. Yeah. So that happened, like but I would say not in every Indian family.
Yeah.
Like again, out of 10, it will be like within one or two, not more than that.
Okay.
Because again, being in Pakistan, any part of the world, any part of the country or city or state, people don't have time for staying for 1 month and doing all these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they have a joint family, if they have a if they have a like a family of a I would say family number of about 15, 16 people. So
Yeah.
that itself it's a party zone in the house.
Okay.
So go to up, it's possible for us to, make them party every day or every alternate day, and
Yeah.
then get, throwing a party for Mehndi or, any dance practice going on. So
Yeah.
that is possible. But again, the major chunk of functions is comes up with Mehndi,
Yeah.
cocktail, the haldi, and the wedding.
Okay. And do
Yeah, that's
clients
what happens. Sorry,
and do clients
sorry, sorry.
expect you to be there at the event throughout? Because that is something which I get asked a lot.
100%. And if the client doesn't want also, then also we make sure we stand there, because we don't take any like more than two functions a day. So
Okay.
we have a capacity of doing two functions a day where my team and me can stand simultaneously and get the work done.
Okay.
So it's because when once you're standing on the side, it's become a personal touch for a client,
True.
because he seems that the owner of the organization is standing there and getting the work done.
Yeah.
And more than getting the work done, it's more of a hobby to me. If
Okay.
I'm standing on the side, I want to innovate more things. I
True.
want to practice more things, more design with my laborers, with my
Yeah.
karigars, with my
Yeah.
existing
Yeah. Yeah.
teammates there. Because this, when I talk about designing, it is never on the paper what you show it to the client. The
Yeah.
cosmetic changes are all do happen on the client, on the site,
On spot. That's
right?
really true. That's really true.
Yes. The structure might remain the same, the fabric might remain the same, but the
Yeah.
positioning of chandelier, the positioning of flowers, or might be some other design of flowers
Yeah.
can be changed on the side as well.
Okay.
And that's how you win the situation. Because if you have shown a simple design to a client, if you try to innovate and give a new design to a client
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
telling him on the
Yeah.
side itself,
Yeah.
I'm sure about it. That's my experience call. Like, he will be more than happy.
Okay. And and I want to ask you that let's say like in Pakistan we have a lot of vendors. Like we have vendors for flooring, we have vendors for lights. Do you have your own team, or do you get vendors from outside? Like, do you share vendors with other event planners?
I'll be very honest. We have an in-house production team for
Okay.
putting up all the structures and
Yeah.
fabric.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when it comes to flooring and lighting,
Yeah.
being Delhi is a very competitive market.
Okay.
We prefer outsourcing the work, because what happened is, there is a say in Hindi कि
Yeah.
जिसका काम है वो उसी को सूट करता है,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to extract more profit from the wedding. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to take more headache from the wedding. I would
Okay.
prefer to give that forte of work to the person who is specialized in that, right?
Sure.
So the flooring wala comes, he does his flooring part. The light
Okay.
wala comes, he does his lighting part.
Yeah.
The carpet wala will come, he'll put his own carpet. The furniture
Yeah.
guy will come, he'll put his own furniture.
Okay.
My forte comes for designing flowers and fabric.
Okay.
These things we do.
Okay. And you just said that you don't want to take so much headache on you, and that is something that is
I
really
don't want
true.
to.
There's something really
Yeah,
true about event management. It's one of the very stressful jobs, and
right.
I get stressed out when I get an order. And it's very stressful for me. And recently, what happened was like we been getting a lot of we got a report that Shashank Singh Rajput, he committed suicide and
Yes,
all that.
yes, yes, yes,
I wanted to ask
yes.
you, what are the things that keep you motivated, or what are the things that calms you down during an event? Can you give me some tips, because I would love to hear from you. What is your take on it?
So, Hamzat, I would say that to keep me calm on the wedding day, or probably on the wedding side, that is,
Yeah,
that my work uh, should be like, going on a very, very smooth manner, first of
yeah,
all. And that's only possible only if you have a proper detailing with your teammates. If you do
okay,
a proper detailing with the teammate, right?
okay,
If there's any flaw in the detail, the
yeah,
thing will come onto you, because
yeah,
again, your team will never burn your hand. They will say कि sir आपने नहीं बताया था नहीं हुआ,
yeah, yeah,
something
true,
like that.
yeah, that's true,
So your instruction before the wedding, your details before the wedding has to be
yeah,
very spick and span and clear with your team, so that there's no point of flaws there.
okay,
I totally agree that the wedding is never 100% correct. It always 95, 96. We achieve that
True,
kind of
true,
goal.
true.
So
That's
again, if you don't have a proper detailing with your team and with your clients and everything, you won't be able to deliver a good wedding. And
true.
that's how we make it very sure that we have got 2D designers on board, we have got 3D designers on board. We do everything black and white with the black and white decor detailing with the client on the papers, on the soft copies, and many other things, so that there's no scope of going wrong in any situation
Okay,
on the wedding side.
okay.
So
And do
that's
you
the best part.
and do you start executing it on the day off, or do you take like do you start it like 2, 3 days before the event?
Depending on the size and the
Yeah.
kind of size of the event, I would say that
Hmm.
if you get a hanger, I would say that if we have a dome structure, what we call is hanger in India here.
Yeah.
All right. If we have a hanger site, we always tell our client to give us site at least 10 days prior to the main wedding function,
Okay.
because there's so much of depth of detailing which goes inside the hanger. So we
Okay.
need to have that much kind of time, limit uh, to showcase our wedding, that what we have already shown to a client. And if
Okay.
it's small day job which comes for like a normal wedding day, so we take a venue a day prior.
Okay.
And more or less it's all about the detailing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happened we have taken the venue 25 days before the main function for the
Okay.
wedding.
Wow.
So again, the production which is not possible in a warehouses and
Yeah.
cannot be transported there, so
Okay.
you have to do everything on the site itself. So
Okay.
the site becomes your workshop.
And usually the sites in India are they like wedding halls, wedding venues, or open spaces?
Most of the things are open spaces, first of
Okay.
all, because if I talk about the covered spaces, they are mostly in 5 stars.
Okay.
And in 5 star, we just get a single day to complete. We get a single day to complete the entire setup, right?
Yeah.
And if it's a client personal farmhouse, like a personal lawn, then you can
Yeah.
probably take it 15 days, 10 days, 20 days prior to your main function, whatever the requirements are.
Okay. And like, how has COVID affected the wedding industry in India? What are you doing
I,
nowadays?
I'll be honest, very badly affected.
Okay.
But again, Indian government has given a relief, a very small relief for doing a 50 people wedding.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
whether it's a destination or single day wedding, that we're
Yeah.
doing. We have just completed a wedding day before yesterday
Okay.
in like outskirt of Delhi only.
Okay.
Now we are planning for the second wedding in the end of June again,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So I believe like people will definitely gonna come out of this trauma of this COVID
Yeah.
trauma very
Yeah.
soon, because people have started stepping out of their houses.
True.
People are starting relishing their weddings back again in a smaller size of format, in terms of number of people are 50 again.
Yeah.
But I'm sure after 2 months down the line, people will come back to the normal life. I'm sure
True.
about it,
They will. They
because
will.
more than the death rate, they are more of a recovery cases which are coming up,
That's really true. That's really true. मैं
right?
तो सच में like I was telling everyone just to go get COVID and like एक बार अपने ज़हन से निकाल दो. That is something. I
100%.
I
See,
got yeah. Sorry.
it's an international, no problem. It's an international like virus which has been spread from China to the entire world, I would say that. So
Yeah.
that's the media has created like a super hype, that it's
That's
going
really
to
true.
affect this, it's going to affect that. See, I would say that US has got about 15 lakh cases, 15 lakh plus cases, but the
Yeah.
death rate is somewhere around lakh only,
Yeah.
not more than that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And people are those affected, which like all the people who are affected, they have got like who are suffering from the probably breathing or lungs problem, any other disease which makes the immunity level low,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you're taking yourself fine, if your immunity is stronger,
Yeah.
it might happen. Corona might have come to me and have
Yeah.
gone, because
Yeah.
my immunity is strong and nothing has happened
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. 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 I I
So
re-
it all depends.
I recovered myself from Corona. I got Corona like 3 weeks, like I think 18 days back. Yeah, and just
Wow.
yeah,
Oh my God.
I had my tummy upset, and yeah,
All
but
right.
I was low in energy for 3, 4 days, but now I'm much better.
Right.
And yeah, I
Much
have to
better.
yeah, I need to go get tested if I'm negative now or not. I need to check that. But that's the thing. I don't want to risk. Like I don't
Please
want to
take
risk.
care of
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I am.
Just eat well. Take your medicine on time. Have proper. I would say go up in early in the morning on your terrace.
Yeah.
Take sun rays for a while. Like do jogging. Like sweat out yourself. Like
Okay.
make your immunity stronger. You'll be
Okay.
fine, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm just going to go through some of the weddings that you did, and if you have something to say
Right.
about them, something like something that you experienced, something new that you did, and I'm going to
Right.
show some slides to our audience. Wait a second, let me upload them. Can you see the screen now? Can you see
Yeah, I
it?
can see that.
Okay. Okay, this one.
All right.
Let us,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
is
pick
my
one.
one of my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite. This is the unicorn, chip mirror unicorn. What I got, got made from one of my vendor in
Okay.
Delhi only,
Okay.
and we created this lounge in the mid of the passage. So
Okay.
my thought of giving was this unicorn was this in a lounge area in the entry passage only. I
Okay.
wanted my client to walk down about 40 feet from the main passage area.
Okay.
Then this 30 by 30 lounge was in the mid center of the passage area. Then
Okay.
again, there was a walk down of 40 feet. So my
Okay.
passage was completed in a range of like 110 feet. But in a passage of 110 feet, this was my mid center of attraction where
Okay.
people sat. There was an like we had bartenders in this area. We gave them the welcome drink shot like
Okay.
martini,
Okay.
vodkas, tequilas. Everything
Yeah.
was serving there.
Yeah.
Even the wine glasses was kept on the side.
Okay.
So this wasn't like a picture of with a drinking area.
Okay.
What we created in the passage.
Okay. That's pretty amazing. I'd want to ask you, are these fresh flowers or have you used
All
artificial?
fresh flowers, all
All
fresh
fresh.
flower. Only the top ceiling there,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is there, that's an artificial orchid. Rest down
Okay.
is all original flowers.
And do you, for the fresh flowers, do you get imported flowers or what are the local flowers that are in India?
Local, we get it everything like lily, roses, carnation. You talk about star of Bethlehem. We talk about chrysanthemum. We talk about daisy. We
Okay.
talk about many other flowers. Like
Okay.
the major flowers I play with, like internationally,
Yeah.
I play with lots of hydrangeas,
Okay.
phalaenopsis, cymbidium,
Okay.
tulips.
Okay.
Then we have proteas, eucalyptus, many other flowers.
Okay, that's pretty amazing because we don't get much variety here in Pakistan. You have to get them imported, and they're really expensive. Like we
Yeah,
get about, I
same here.
think, in Indian rupees, one carnation would cost us one stem would cost us 100 rupees Indian. That is something that will
Oh,
cost us.
this
Yeah,
is very expensive.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So tell us
My God.
about this. I like the pop-up
So
color of pink in this. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So tell
So
us
this is
about.
the wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
I did it for my client because he was from Jodhpur.
Okay.
Next, so this city Jodhpur is ahead of Jaipur,
Okay.
and it's again Jodhpur, Udaipur, Jaipur are the three hottest destination in India where
Okay.
people do their heritage style wedding because these places have got super palaces, super things all around. So when I talk about this wedding, this was the wedding this was the area which he decorated for the sundown of Fairas. So
Okay.
this was the dining hangar what we created for the lunch because the
Yeah.
Pera started at 12 and was supposed to, when I talk about Pera, that means the mandap, the ritual
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
when the couple go around the fire and they get their wedding done, right? So this was the tent what we created for the lunch area.
Okay.
And we did a complete pink carpet over there and the pastel color combination of ceiling,
Okay.
the ceiling done in the hangar. And
Okay.
if you can see, there's no pillar all around. So
Oh,
left
yeah.
to right is again, it's 80 feet all clear,
Okay.
and this is a
Amazing.
complete set of dining being given on a rectangular and round table sit down for the daytime function.
Okay. And then the marquee, is it customized? Have you customized it like yourself, or is it
No, no.
something?
So we took a raw marquee from the local vendor in Jodhpur itself, and
Okay.
then we got a fabric done, the fabric draping done from the from the Delhi team itself.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Mashallah. And the carpet looks like it's a new carpet that you put out
We
there.
all we always yeah we always use a brand new carpet.
Okay.
There is no second thought that we have to use a second hand carpet. The
Okay.
carpet needs to be brand new every time, no matter what.
Oh, okay. That's pretty amazing. I love this ceiling installation that you did. I think when I was following you and I saw it on Insta story, your Insta story, and I
Yeah,
saw the ceiling on installation to be pretty amazing. So tell us about
right.
this event.
So this is the event I did for one of my like a repetitive client. He came to me after 5 years
Okay.
because it was his second daughter wedding. So he wanted
Yeah.
to do a small puja ceremony for about 400 people.
Okay.
And this is called this function is basically called in India before the wedding start. It's called Mata Ki Chauki. So
Okay.
when we talk about Mata Ki Chauki means it's basically a puja ceremony for a goddess Mata,
Okay.
which is there in Indian culture.
Okay.
And so he wanted something very traditional. So I
Yeah.
told him that, sir, if you leave it up to me, I'll do a great job for you. He said, you give me a color combination, rest I'll leave it up to you, do whatever you want. So we came up with this ideas of doing, I want my, because what happened is when you enter into venue, you have to take off your shoes.
Yeah.
Then you have to walk down through this complete water body which has been given there. So I wanted my client to, go through underneath these flowers and go to the main, the Mata Ka Darbar, like where the
Yeah.
god is being kept at the
Yeah.
statue,
Yeah.
bow their head and come back.
Oh,
So this was a
okay.
kind of a welcome ceiling what we created for the entire the client who was coming there. The clientele list was coming there, and I wanted him to go underneath these flowers,
Yeah.
go to the like a Mata Ka Darbar, bow their head and come back.
Yeah.
So that was the complete thought.
Because these installation look like those जो होती है ना घंटी होती है and you just go to these temples or
Yes, yes,
yes
yes, yes.
similar
So
looks
Ghanti has
feel
been
like
like,
yeah
very old school, been done to
yeah
death.
yeah
So we wanted to use like lots of Rajnigandha, lots of like, the other flowers being did in
yeah
this installation. So
oh
we
that's
did this function this last year only November 4th.
oh, okay last year November 4th okay and how's the weather
Yes.
there in November
It's quite pleasant. Like
and
you in the morning, it's become about 30, 32 degrees, but in the night, it comes about 12, 14, 15 degrees.
okay and in Pakistan we have like the wedding season it's during the winter season which is like November to Feb and extends till like
Mhm.
April. What's the wedding season in India? What's the peak time of
So
weddings in India?
now, Hamza, if we talk about the wedding season in India is mostly like I would say the 9 months, 9 months in a year. If
Okay.
I talk about 3 months starting from August, September, and October, these are the months where we have a slowdown of business.
Okay.
Otherwise, 9 months down in the entire year, we get weddings in India
Okay.
because in India we have so many cultures all around. We got Sikh families, we got Hindu
True.
families, we got Banya families, you've got Madrasi family, we got the Christian families. So we
Yeah.
get orders from each and every ritual, every families, every ritual of the families, everything.
Okay.
And then it's not about the wedding. You get the cocktails, you get the wedding, you get the ring ceremony, you get the
Okay.
birthday bash to be done. You need other, corporate functions to design. So there's
Okay.
so many things going on.
Yeah, that was my next question. Like, do you specialize in just weddings, or do you just go for birthdays and corporate events as well?
We corporate events is again we do like 3 or 4 function in there, not more
Yeah.
than that. But
Okay.
if when you talk about designing of birthday events and other events, we love to do them back to back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell us about this one.
So this is again one of my favorite setup.
Okay.
This is the girl on Instagram named Tanvi and Company.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
she is basically a designer from Punjab, all
Okay.
right, in Ludhiana.
Okay.
So we are basically mutual friends, connected friends. One of my mutual friends again.
Okay.
So she called me up and she said, "Hey Christian, you need to take care of my production of my cocktail event, and I'll give you a theme. You need to design the entire event." So I said,
Okay.
"Okay, what is the theme?" She said, "I want to create a little library theme." So
Library
okay,
theme.
I
Okay.
said,
Pretty.
yeah, library. So then I applied. Then I started applying my mind. I said, library में क्या क्या होना चाहिए? There should be like the wooden flooring. There should be a
Yeah.
wooden bar. There should be a
Yeah.
wooden sidewall. The furniture should be antique. You
Yeah.
know. Then the fabric needs to be rustic brown. So in the image, the fabric, it turns out to be red, but originally the fabric was uh, like a rustic brown.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
So this is the area. What we covered is about 24,000 square feet area with about
Yeah.
700 ton of pieces.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And what about this one?
Again, one of my favorite Sandano Mehndi.
Okay.
So my client, he opted for a Taj property in Delhi itself,
Okay.
in main heart of the Delhi. So there's a small lawn in Taj Palace, right? He
Yeah.
wanted he called me with Delhi. He said, "Hey, Christian, I want a glass house kind of effect." I said,
Okay.
"Okay, so I'll work on that." So I started searching for the different vendors and all, and this is the technology, Hamzat, which is available only with 2 people in India.
Okay.
When it's called about the German technology hanger, they
Okay.
have this hanger with the proper glass on top and with the
Okay.
glass walls on side. Otherwise, normally
Oh,
what people do is they put a
yeah,
plastic
yeah,
sheets in this on the
yeah,
top
yeah,
and the side as well.
yeah, yeah.
But this is a complete plastic sheet, like a plastic sheet on top and a complete channeling from the side, which is done in glass.
Okay,
And then we did the complete wooden flooring there, right? We
okay.
suspended those Gota tassel chandeliers. Then
Mhm.
we have all these wooden chairs. We got them reupholstery. The cushion part, what you can see there is
Okay.
yellow and
Yeah,
again red
yeah,
with color.
yeah, yeah.
These sofas back were reupholstered again, so that we follow the same combination and everything.
Oh, okay. I did my research on this, like transparent glass marquee, but they were saying that it's a lot of hassle, like cleaning it up, and if you want to have it fixed somewhere, it's gonna get hot in the summer, so you won't be able to
Yes,
like
yes,
do events in the
yes,
summer. So I
yes.
was like, okay,
Because what happened is, this is the same challenge what we have faced in our previous event, in this event only. So
yeah,
what happened was the function was supposed to start at 6 o'clock, right?
yeah,
And we switched on the AC at 3 o'clock. Now, being a glass from all the side, the
okay,
sun rays was coming inside, and it created like a complete greenhouse effect from inside. It was too
okay,
hot burning inside, right?
oh,
So eventually we took off to two partition. We have to open all the doors from all the four corners, like the
okay,
emergency exit,
okay,
and then we got the ACs on. So by the time the function started, was supposed to start at 6. We requested the client to start the function at 6:30 because
okay,
the AC wasn't affecting it all.
okay,
So by like when it was 5, the sun started about to have the like a sundown. So
yeah,
then at that point of time, the AC was actually about to get chill.
okay,
Otherwise, from 3 to 5 was the time when I was I was holding up my head and I was like, "Ki ab thanda hoga nahi hoga? What's gonna be next?
yeah,
The client will kill me."
yeah,
So I was quite frightened because this was my first experience when I had this when I got this hanger installed.
okay, okay.
Yes,
There was this one event planner I remember in Pakistan. What she did was she didn't use the glass. She just opened everything, but she used the structure, and she just did what she did was
the
just drape it.
drapings.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
very effective, and it was like in the winter time, but during afternoon, so it was quite like the weather was
quite.
quite good.
Uh,
Yeah,
yes, quite hot and sunny. Yes.
yeah, and I really love this as well. And it's all
So
marigold, I
this is
believe. Yeah.
all
Okay.
marigold and chrysanthemum, ending with chrysanthemum. So
Okay.
this is the structure we created for a client in a shape of a mandir,
Okay.
and they wanted a complete theme of marigold. So
Okay.
it took me about it took me about 100 labors and
Okay.
about 24 and about 12 hours to
Okay.
get this thing done.
Okay.
Because we got
Oh,
this structure transported on the site, and after that we did the thermocol cutting and was
okay.
pasted on this mandap, and
Okay.
then we started doing the flower pasting on them. So
Okay.
each and every marigold was pinned with that toothpick, jhaadu ka
Yeah, yeah,
theli,
yeah.
that
I
one.
know. Yeah, yeah.
And we started studying within thermocol. So it took me 12 hours with 100 labels to do
Oh
this
my
thing.
God. Oh my
Yes.
God. And this was just it, or there was something else to it? I think I didn't see more
This this
pictures.
this is the Fairaz part, the
Okay.
Vedi area, and the
Okay.
rest of the wedding was different. Yeah. So client was really amazed. He was really happy to see this what we did for him.
No, this looks stunning. This looks uh, grand. It's the size is very small, but the look of it is very grand.
Yes, the size was 14 by 14. What we did for them,
Okay.
because the area where we got this VD installed, the platform was 16 by 16, but the top area of the VD was 14 by 14.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah,
I don't, as far as I've seen in the movies, they have like this fire in the middle during the time of, I
in the
don't see
middle.
that.
Yes,
I
yes,
don't see
yes.
that here right now.
So that fire happens only when the Panditji comes and he sits and he starts chanting the prayers and all, like all the
Yeah.
praise and all,
Yeah.
right? So if you can see, there's a Havan Kund down there in the center. So that
Okay.
is the iron, like a kind of a bowl, or kind of I
Okay.
would say that a kind of balti, a sporty
Yeah.
balti. I would say that
Yeah.
iron balti, a
Yeah.
bucket. I would say that. Uske andar they put sandalwood and they put all that ghee and fire and everything. That's
Okay.
how they work.
Okay.
They do their rituals. Yes.
Pretty amazing. And this is like this. I think this took you more than 20 people to be installing something like this, a tunnel like
This took
this.
me about 50, 60 people,
Okay.
like for 4 hours, like for about 6 hours to get this thing done.
Oh
So
my
what
God.
we did was, this is the function we did for one of our client in JW Marriott Delhi.
Okay.
So the plus point of this hotel is before we enter the main grand ballroom, we get a passage of about 80 feet longer.
Okay.
So my client said, "See, here, Christian, I want something best because it's my son's cocktail, and you have to create something very good." So I
Okay.
said, "Okay, let me just apply my mind." But again, I told my client, I said, "I would be showing you anything. What I want you to do, I want you to, give you a surprise." So he was
Okay.
like, "Okay, go ahead. But again, if something goes wrong, I'm gonna, just throw you away." I said, "Okay, no problem." So the moment he saw this passage, he was like, he came
Mm,
running to me and started hugging me. Hey, Christian, you just made my day. You just, this cocktail is going to remember by each and everyone the kind of entry you have created. So
yeah.
it took me about like 400 bundles of gypsophilias in
Okay.
this passage,
Wow.
about haliconia, with the hanging haliconia, what we call is sexy pink. See,
Okay.
that was about like uh, how much, about 250 pieces.
Okay.
And when talk about the suspension of candles, there was about 400 candles,
Okay.
and rest all greens going on. And orchid was about how much? 200, no, 100 bundle of orchids was suspended
Okay.
from the ceiling. So that
Oh,
quantum of flowers. So if
yeah.
I reevaluate the price of the tunnel, this tunnel would have costed me around 3.5 4 lakh rupees,
Oh.
excluding the mirror I'm talking about.
Okay. And how much did you charge client for the tunnel, just for the tunnel, if you don't mind me asking?
We charge about complete a ballpark figure, but again, I can't disclose
Okay.
uh, you know, the complete tunnel package only. Yeah, but
Okay.
if I just talk about tunnel, if I have to sell this to another client, I would
Okay.
say that in Indian currency, like about 8 lakh rupees.
Okay. Like twice of what it costed you. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Amazing. And what's the floor that you use at? I see the kind of floor mirror that we get, like looking mirror, it's 2 by 2 in
That's
size.
the no. That's basically a 3 by 4 acrylic sheet that's come
Okay.
in a gauge of 1.3 mm.
Okay. 1.3
One,
mm.
yeah,
Okay.
1.3 mm, and that's like one time use only again. So
Oh,
this is being like, a complete 8 by 4 cup planks
yeah.
again. So this passes were 12 by 80. So we
Okay.
had all the complete wooden flooring on that. Then we did like a fine thin layer of carpet so that there's no air bubble between
Okay.
the sheet and the floor, right?
Okay.
Then we got this sheet pasted on this carpet area.
Okay. Amazing. And do you use like what do you prefer? Do you use artificial candles or do you like using fresh candles?
My 90%, see, some of the hotels they don't allow to you put like all original candles, so
Okay.
we have to use LED candles.
Okay.
So, but when it's come to the outdoor weddings, I'm sure that I use 200%. I use all original candles, no LED candles.
Oh, okay. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
The last one, I love this, and I have also made an entrance like this. I'll send you a picture. I don't have it
Uh-huh.
right now, but I'll send you a picture. I
So
made an
this
entrance.
this design, yeah, this design being inspired by I got inspired by Ali Bakhtiar design.
Okay.
So this is a design, yeah. So this is basically a Dubai designer, Ali Bakhtiar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really follow him. I really love his work. The kind of
Okay.
neatness in the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
things he give it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I took this. So my client, so we did this function in one of the state in India.
Okay.
That's called Raipur. That's in
Okay.
Madhya Pradesh.
Okay.
So the best part about was is when we went to the hall, the indoor area, the
Okay.
height of the hall was 70 feet.
70 feet. Okay. That's huge.
70 feet, and that's like huge. I've never seen a hall in the entire India which has a
Okay.
height of 70 feet,
Okay.
and that was 67,000 pillarless hall. So once you go inside the hall and look up, it look like you're seeing a sky. So in that, so again, if I wanted to put any structure on the trusses and all,
Yeah. Yeah.
kapra was being done to that. So I never wanted to repeat that kapra inside the hall. So
Yeah.
what we had a thought in mind was to put an illuminated structure which should be eye catching by each and everyone, and that should be in the center of the hall.
Mm-hmm.
So we created this structure about like 16 feet wide, in depth, in a horizontal manner, and
Okay.
lengthwise it was somewhere around 60 feet. And we created all sofas, sit-down lounges across this, around this
Yeah. Yeah.
what is illuminated structure. So this became as a photo op also for the people, and it became for the backdrop for the people who were sitting in the lounge area itself, in the center of the hall.
Okay. And so the flowers that you use, are these all fresh flowers or did you install it?
No, these are artificial. These
Okay. These
these
are
are artificial because the problem with the Raipur state is there's so much of heat there,
Okay.
that your original flowers cannot sustain for long. The shelf life of the flowers became less in that area.
Okay.
So to get that the big and the fresh feeling of the flower, and which was away from the client views because the structure wasn't quite a height. So we
Okay.
create we have used all the artificial flower suspension in this area.
Okay. And did you sew them before the event? How did you install them, or did you just do it? Yeah.
We took this site 3 days prior to the main event,
Okay.
and these florals installation started about 15 days ago from the main event.
Okay.
Because what happens is we have a warehouse where we call all our carriers. They come, they make all the artificial hangings, whatever needs to be done in backend. They
Okay.
do all that homework, and then
Okay.
we take it to the site and install them.
Okay. And that is very time efficient, I believe. Yes.
I think it's a saver of time, and on
Yeah.
the site, you don't have to, wait for it and do, you don't have to shout on labels to complete that work on time because everything you do, you just need to go on site and put it on the area where it is required. So
Okay.
once it's done, your work is done on time. So it's all everything is pre-planned and pre-executed. Once lock down the event,
Yeah.
and that's what I said the first point. That if you're properly equipped with your detailing, with your
Yeah. Yeah.
team, and with the other team member in your company, so your
Mm-hmm.
event will never go wrong. Never.
True. Okay. That was the last picture, but I'm just gonna see if our audience has any questions for you. So I'm just gonna check.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what they have. Sunera is asking, how do you manage both events? Like, have to look on each and every detail. How do you manage two events on the same day?
As I said, my brother and me, we are two different. We are major pole to the company. So
Okay.
if he is handling one of the client, I will never interfere in his client again, because
Okay.
if I try to get into the client, I will give my own ideas and everything, and we don't do that. So
Okay.
it is always beneficial for an event planner, for an event designer, to
Okay.
handle their own prospective clients, and
Okay.
that's how we do. My brother is like we have as I told you, we have a different. We have a big team where we can perform on two different functions on the same day. So my brother and me can handle the same we can handle the same wedding on the same day, like two different weddings on the same day.
Okay. I think I only, my family is also involved in this business. My brother, he does the catering. My mother, she's a production
Ah, okay,
designer. So
all
it's a
right,
very, like, I think it's best that you partner up with your family. I think that's the best way to go about it. If you want,
100%, yes.
yeah.
Being my chacha, he looks after my back end production, my
Okay.
chachu,
Okay.
and because he is from the iron like a selling background, like I'm going to say, he used to sell so much of iron things,
Okay.
iron all across India,
Okay.
like all these sarias and all that stuff. So
Okay.
he knows the production, how to do it. He knows the technical terms of the structure, how it needs to be designed.
Okay.
Either it is like easy to carry in the transport in the trucks and easy to install on the site. Is it that much way that we have to pull it off from the chain pulleys or from the crane? So all these things we design in house, and we
Mm.
we execute it on the site with the with the proper professional teams and all.
Okay. Next question is by Abdullah, and he's asking, how much do we need to start a whole new? I think he's asking how much investment do we need to start event planning business. That is something that he's asking.
Abdullah, hi. First of all, I would say use your brain rather than investing money into this.
Okay.
Try to fetch orders from the market, then give it to the vendors who are there. Get the work done from the vendor, and if you think that you are able to pull off a good wedding, then again practice the same thing again and again, at least for 3 years. You know, rather than putting your own money, try to use your brain. Uh,
Mhm.
Again, I would say make your own design. Again, take help from Pinterest and other designer websites. I would say that have your own 2D designers, have your own 3D designers. Make investment in a smarter way rather than putting investing money in your materials and other things.
Okay. And
I
the
think
next,
that's the best way out.
okay, moving on to the next question. From where do you get such amazing ideas? That's from Hania.
Again, you travel, you go around the world, you see different places. Hamzat, if you don't mind, can I just turn on my camera and make you show where I'm sitting right now?
Sure, 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 sure. Wait a second. I need to stop
I
this.
want the audience to have a look. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
You see this?
Oh my
Can
God,
you see this?
that's yeah, yeah, yeah. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So, so if I talk about these lamps,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sitting in this place called Heritage. Like this is the ITC property in outskirts of Delhi. So can you see this peacock on the door,
Oh yes, I can see it. My
like
mother,
the
she
laser
loves
cut
peacock.
peacock?
Yeah, she loves peacock.
Yeah. So this is a peacock bar basically. This is designed on a theme of peacock. If you see this cushions and all, these are like peacock design cushions,
Oh
proper
my
with
God.
feathers and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these things again, the more you travel, the more you see new things, you get more ideas. No,
Okay.
one second, I'll just turn my camera around. Yeah. The more you travel, the more you see new ideas. Just try to capture all that thing with you so that you can design. You can take the help of that images. You can design your new weddings. So that's I think there's a very famous say by Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan ji. That's called Turya Turya Ja Frida Turya Turya Ja, right? So that's my father always used to tell me that the more you travel, the more you see the places, the more you explore your like your brain vision, you get more new ideas. So every year I go to China and all different places. I would talk about European countries for the heritage looks. You
Yeah.
go to China for collecting your different, the kind of the vases, accessories, the furniture, what we get it from there. So if I don't make myself explore to other countries, I can't design anything much on a great note. So that's how we do.
And how do you like? We get so much. That's my question. We get so much. Like I get inspired by so many things. How do you keep like? How do you build a pool of it? How do you keep? How do you take notes of it? How do you keep it safe so that if you come back to it, so you're like, oh, okay, okay, I can do like a peacock bar or something like a peacock cushions. How do you like? What's the right word for it? How do you like put together all your inspirations? How do you collect them?
Uh, so again, I see more than I wherever I go, wherever I travel, I always have an iPad with me.
Okay.
So my iPad is like a girlfriend to me. Wherever I go, it follows me everywhere. It's in my hand everywhere, everywhere. Whether I'm going to Thailand for a vacation, whether I'm going to Europe, like a European country for a vacation, when I'm going on a business tour, my iPad always stays with me.
Okay.
And being my iPad always stay with me wherever I get any beautiful design. Always take a picture and click and save it.
Okay.
So that's the best idea because you know what happened if you see that picture, if you don't click that, आप उसको नहीं खींचोगे, आप I'm sure next day you'll forget कि मैंने वो देखा था but मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा कैसा था. So
Yeah.
again, to uh, to memorize that thing, you need to have your cameras on. You need
Okay.
to have you need to have your eyesight open. Wherever
Okay.
you like, wherever you feel, you just pick it from there.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it. And thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, okay, questions I can keep on asking you questions, but thank you so much for your time. And I think
No
we
problem,
got
Hamza.
we,
Anytime.
we got I think I got to learn so much from you, and I'm pretty sure others did as well. So I'm gonna record this
Thank you
session
so much,
and
Hamza.
so people can view it. I'm gonna send it to you as well. And thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
And I've been
Thank
following
you for
you.
your time. It was no, no, nothing like that. And it's been like a great opportunity. Like across the border, we are talking again.
Yeah, yeah.
And being an Indian and a Pakistani, it always feel like a brotherhood.
True.
So, thanks for this opportunity, Hamza.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the luck. And please stay safe because of this COVID. Stay
Yeah.
inside. Try to meet less people and take care of yourself.
Yes. Same to you. Okay, ji. Allah
Thank you
Hafiz.
so
Take
much.
care. Take care.
Thank you. Bye. Take care. Yeah. Bye.